Whitney Kell, your certified Optavia coach, and today we're going to talk about follow-up. You know, follow-up is key in any business, but especially in Optavia, where people are looking for quick fix solutions in life, aren't they? Optavia is not that, is it? It's a lifelong solution. It takes a long time, and it takes a long time to develop relationships. When you first came into Optavia, your mentor and you sat down and created a list of people that you wanted to connect with authentically and cultivate trust and help introduce them to this path that you're on. Well, that list is the original follow-up list that you're going to start using. And you want to make sure that you're tracking how often you're connecting with those people. Because whose time is it when someone's ready to start? Is it my time or is it your time? If I'm expecting someone to start on my time, I'm going to get pretty disappointed, aren't I? Sometimes it can take up to 2 years for somebody to say yes. How long did it take you? So remember, statistics say that only one time follow-up, 44% of people make. 44% of people follow up once. How long do you think it takes to actually get someone to say yes? How many follow-ups? Well, according to stats, 5 to get 80% of people to say yes. And this is an emotional decision, isn't it? So we want to make sure we are taking care on the back end. We make that connection, we plant that seed, but we want to make sure we're also making a list and tracking how many times we're following up with people. How many times are we loving on them? You know, one of my favorite ways to follow up is the phone. I went into a store a few days ago. I met these ladies and started asking them. The woman who owned the store was behind the counter, and I was so impressed that she's an entrepreneur and a woman. She owns 13 stores. She travels all the time, and I was like, how are you staying in shape? I said, I'm a health coach, and I have to take my food with me everywhere I go. I think that's the future, but I don't know how regular people do it, especially with your schedule. What do you do? And she goes, I'm struggling. And so I started asking more questions and got to know her and her employee, got their phone numbers, and guess when I followed up? The very next day. I called, I said, hey, this is Whitney Kell. I met you yesterday at your store. It was really wonderful to have a chat with you, and I look forward to chatting with you more. Here's my phone number. I'd love to chat when you're ready. And nobody called me back. I called both ladies. The next day, I texted both of them and reminded them to drink their water. And I called and left a message and said, hey, it's Whitney again. I just wanted to follow up. I know you're super busy, but I wanted to make sure that you knew I'm ready to chat whenever you are. No call back. The next day, I sent another text with some information on eating for your blood sugars, and I got 2 calls back. And then I signed up the owner and the gal who worked for her the next day. So it takes several times, even when you do have rapport and you built that relationship, even when it's family. You know, you think about how many times did it take you before you decided to say yes. Follow-up is key. And now, it's not just the phone. You can follow up on Facebook, and I can get to know people, genuinely learn about their family, like their information, comment on it, and that'll keep me connected with them. And if somebody likes my information or comments on mine, I reach directly out and ask them, how are they? And thank you for your interest in what I posted. Is there someone in your life you might want to introduce me to that may need what I have? So I'm always looking for opportunities to share and be in service. And you know, we always have events, so there's always a reason for me to reach out. Hey, we're having an event this Saturday. If somebody doesn't make it, by the way, to an event, then I'll follow up with a phone call and say, hey, Mary, oh, we had such a good event. I'm so sorry you missed it. You would have absolutely loved it. Our next event is next month, but let's get together for coffee. Call me back. Let's just talk for 5 minutes and schedule some time. So I stay connected authentically and cultivate trust. And I'm always leading from the future. What's your goal? Where would you like to be with your optimal health? What's holding you back? What are your biggest challenges? I always want to lead from our future and act in the now with providing value. And when people don't call you back, the obstacle is the way, isn't it? 5 times. So how many times are you going to be willing to follow up? And remember, don't even take somebody's card if you're not willing to pay the price to follow up as many times as it takes. Because people need us. And when you come from that space of abundance, of really wanting to make a difference and being genuine from your heart and not trying to get a client, people can feel it, can't they? You can hear the authenticity in someone's voice. You can tell the place that they're coming from. You have a lot to offer as an Optavia coach. You've taken your health back, so now it's time for you to go and help other people take theirs back. And remember, it can take multiple times of follow-up. So track your people. Love on your people, sit with your coach and your mentor coach and make sure that you are tracking how many times it takes to follow up with people, you'll see a pattern. We all do. And then you'll start to pay attention and you can feel confident that, okay, so if I call 20 people, 3 will come, or if I call 20 people, 3 will sign up, and it depends on how many times you call them. You'll start to see a pattern for sure. So congratulations on being enough to be a coach and for caring enough about people to reach out and make a difference, and follow up is key.